What's up, Cowboy Nation, Cowboy Headquarters, and America's team? It's your boy G, the number one Cowboy fan, have to come to you live, direct, and correct. And here we are again with What's Up Wednesday. Give it up. Yeah, we are back. We are back live and direct. So, yeah, man, listen here, man. I hope everybody's been doing well, man. I hope everybody's doing well. Man, really and truly, I've been dealing with this little change of weather stuff going on down here, so I'm just now really getting my voice back, man. So before we get started, let me introduce, and then there was three. So let's get right on into this and introduce who we got on the panel tonight. For right now, we got right below me, Dallas Cowboy Chris, aka the Big Fella. Give it up. And right above him and right next to me is the guy straight out of the AZ 520, Mikey, mic'd up. Give it up.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yeah, man. And here we are, man. We back at it again, man. And my moderator is not here tonight, so we ain't doing all that title stuff tonight. I ain't finna get fooled, start fooling with it. We just go. So she's on leave of absence tonight, so it's gonna be us, fellas. So we ain't gonna do all that post stuff. But before we do get started, I got to give a big shout out to all our subscribers and all those that follow us, man. We have to definitely say what's up to them and give a big thanks to them. And also, we got to give big thanks to our social media groups. I want to say thank you to the Dallas Cowboys on deck, Cowboy Fan 365, We Them Boys, Dallas Cowboys Insiders. These are our Facebook social media group that shares our content in their groups. Give it up.
Yay.
Yeah, man. Here we are, man. I mean, I know it's a little
somber,
quiet, and a little mind experience and a little humbling and whatever, but let's get into it, man. Let's talk about it because we don't got much time, so we want to get all this in and I don't want to rush. So first of all, guys, so after Cowboy Huddle was in Arizona, and looked like you guys had a good time from the TikToks and all the stuff was going on. I saw Chris going into a tackle position, go feet a little bit slower than they used to be, but he still had the technique. He still had the technique.
It was all about the technique, man. I had to show Mikey, man. The big fella still got the technique. I ain't as quick as I used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Technique.
Hey, it's been over 25 years since I put on some pads, bro. So maybe even longer than that. So matter of fact, I've been out of high school 35 years, bro.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
But you know how, man, when the cervezas get to flowing and everything, we having a good time. Hey, that's when people get hurt. Ask Kevin Hart, trying to race people and everything. You're too damn old to be doing it. Lucky I didn't pull no hamstring, G.
You know what, big fella? I think if that was in slow-mo, man, you probably would have got signed, bro. If that was in slow-mo, just the technique where you was, the step kick, bro, I said, you know what? Somebody would have picked old Big Chris up.
No. Chime Udoga needed to watch Chris's technique because putting him there and the game that he had, he needed to watch a little bit of Chris try to take on Mikey 520's bull rush, but I wasn't about to get into that, man. But like you said, when they start flowing, the old men start going, and the Achilles start tearing. So we really didn't want none of that. But as far as our offensive line goes, and what we're gonna touch base on, they needed to see the larger than life Dallas Cowboy Chris shuffle his feet. He's just a little too high, but hey, I understand that lower back.
He said his pad level was a little high. His pad level was a little high.
It was a little high. It was more about the feet and his hand placement.
Hey, bro.
And
his hands were here.
but if it would have been the trenches, his pad level would have been low for
definitely. Hey, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Hey, before guess what, guys? Y'all know before we get started, I gotta say, let's get ready to huddle. All right. Yeah. And with that being said, let's get into some of the comments who we've got in here. We've got Andreas up in here today. He's up in here. And let's see if we can bring him up. We got to get out. They part of the huddle, so we got to bring him on. Let's get it. A lot to talk about. DC4, you damn right we got a lot to talk about. We ain't gonna miss none of it. So
No, hell no.
pull up a chair. Pull up a chair. Also we got Johnny. Johnny's in the house. What's up, Johnny? Good to have you on board tonight. Miss y'all.
What's
Miss
up, Johnny? It's nice seeing you, big dog.
Yeah, yeah. Then we got Damien. Damien's in the house. How about them Cowboys? Yeah, yeah, shit, we still them Cowboys. I don't care what nobody say. We still them Cowboys. And we got our guy, WWE, Ivan Sosa. Yeah, man. Again, man. Oh, well, you know, I cannot go no further without bringing on the Deuce babe. There she is.
What's
Got my
Boy,
babe Deuce.
babe.
deuce?
Yeah, she got
Deuce,
on here a little
deuce.
early. She was, yeah, threw her shout out early. So there she is, man. Hello to you as well, and your 49er husband. Tell him we still thinking about him. But anyway, so
We
guys,
don't think too much about him. Maybe
yeah, we
that's
still
the correct statement.
yeah. So man, listen. So before we get into that, I want to kind of elaborate a little bit on how it went. Well, you know, you experienced, you know, going to the stadium, and you know what was the crowd like? I mean, anybody can pick up what y'all think. How was that experience? And not only that, but your time at the Airbnb, because I missed it. I know I missed it, but yeah, because a
Well,
lot of people want to know how it went with you guys. So you know, fill them in a
well,
little bit. We're gonna start first. Tell some and keep some, guys.
all right. Well, look, first of all, we got to give all props to Armando because Armando found this Airbnb, man, and it was
For sure.
literally maybe 2 miles from the stadium, maybe at tops. It had enough room for everybody, swimming pool, grill, everything, and you know it was just good, man, that we could all be in one location and congregate. And then the second props to Mikey. I think Mikey was trying to feed the whole neighborhood over there in Glendale because he brought so much food and
Yes,
so
sir.
much cerveza. I was just like, and then his girl with the ceviche that I had never had in my life. I never had ceviche in my life.
Explain
Sugar
it.
Man,
What
rush.
is that for those that don't know what that is? What is it?
ceviche it has shrimp in it. It has avocado, onions, cilantro, lemon juice. It's like a cold salad, okay? But you eat it with tortilla chips, and I never had ceviche before. And while I'm sitting at the counter, G, with the bowl of ceviche and chips, I ran out of chips. I was tearing them up. I was just like, but man, props to his girl, and man, I'm telling you, it was just so much fun. You know how we did on the spring break show. It
Yeah,
was just good for us to be
yeah,
together. You know what I mean? Because
yeah.
we all in different parts of the country,
Right.
and you know, just getting together is always fun.
Yeah, yeah. So Andrea, he said itself. He said it's fire.
It's fine. Well, you know, again, props to Armando now that he's on. Give him his flowers so I could hear him. He founded this spot. This spot accommodated all of us, like completely. Like it was. Every time you went into a new room, it was something immaculate. I didn't go upstairs. I didn't see the balcony because you know, Mondo got the master bedroom as well. He should, as well he should, and us old vets or vets. I'm not gonna say old vets. We're downstairs because we knew better, right, Chris?
Yeah,
And we stayed downstairs. We knew better. We could go on the second floor. It was great. I do really got to give props to our women. Our women. You know, dealing with us, especially me for a little bit, and the ceviche. No lie, with the ceviche, I see Chris. I get there, you know, Mondo's going over there meeting Ryan Clark in Scottsdale, and that's his story to tell. So I pull up and I see Chris struggling with struggling with the TV because the cable or whatever whatnot. He punks me in front of my girl and makes me go get an extension cord so I can plug my fire stick. But nevertheless, I asked him, "You ever tried ceviche before?" He didn't know what it was. He said he had started the weekend a little early, so he was a little bit dry. He
Oh boy.
needed some replenishing, and I said, I got the perfect thing for you, like mariscos and seafood. And the mixture it's a delicacy, especially a cure for a hangover. So I had the perfect thing for him, and I swear, man, he's eating this thing, and my lady gives him a bowl, and he's eating it, and he all these noises are coming out. He's like, and one just comes clear. So refreshing, so refreshing. So that
It's
that
so
was really.
true. It's so true. It's so
But
true.
hey, St. Louis Joe, big props, big ups to him, man. Like they represent St. Louis and the Midwest well. They're good people.
Yeah.
T the better half of Mister Larger than Life Chris. Um,
OT. Yeah, kinfolk.
Max and Mondo and Richie or um, Richard. I don't know, dude. I was just it was overwhelming to meet everybody. It was condensed. I wish we had more time. We were just trying to condense a lot of things all at once, and it was what it was, and
Yeah,
and
it's
it was
supposed to be
it
like
was
that.
memories forever. It would have been so much greater with an exclamation point if our defense would have showed up. And but that's just another conversation for another segment.
Oh yeah, we're gonna get into all that right there. Before we go any further, well, we got to introduce the guy that makes us all famous with 95 million trillion on TikTok. It's our guy, 21, Amondo 21.
Hey, hold on. Watching Chris and from watching Chris and watching Armando and the way people are taken back by them is truly a thing to watch, especially like in the setting. Like it found I haven't been to the new AT&T Stadium, and I haven't congregated with you there, but I don't know about y'all. We outnumbered them. If we were going to war, like if they really wanted to fight, that's where they were nice after the game. They would have got the asses not
Yeah.
just kicked, but they would have got trounced. But I'm gonna let them talk. It's a sight to see, man. It's
Well,
crazy.
come on, 21. What you think, brother? How was your experience?
Man, G, I'm just saying you missed out, man. You
I
missed
know.
out, G. You missed out on ceviche. You missed out on a
Hey,
whole lot
listen.
of beer.
Okay. This is not about me. Okay, I know. Just kick me right there in the nose. Okay, I got you.
I got that. I had to make sure.
Oh, he's putting it right in my eyeball right now.
You're missed.
Believe me,
You're missed.
So it was a beautiful weekend, man. Beautiful weekend. Mikey says, it would have been the cherry on top. Would have been that W. Unfortunately, it didn't go as planned. But man, what a great weekend. And y'all didn't know Chris was Mexican and eats ceviche, or what? Y'all just finding this out, or what?
I
Like,
just
I knew
found out
this a
I was
long
Puerto
time ago,
Rican, dude.
right? you know, you know. Chris knows I can knock down that chicken. And,
He did. Wait a minute, Mondo.
yeah.
Hold on, Mondo. He did what?
I said, Chris knows I can knock down that ceviche, that chicken, and he was knocking down that ceviche like a true Mexican was. He was. Hey,
Refreshing.
big fella. Matter of
Refreshing.
fact, big fella. Maxine mad at you. She said, I went to go get Chris chips, and he still didn't finish it.
Hell, I was drunk.
That's what I told her.
Hey,
Exactly. I told her. I
you
said,
took
"Man,
all
we was
those
dogs."
chips home. You took all those tortillas. I knew you good. You
Yeah.
had munchies. You had the longer trip back anyway. So you put those to work.
I put those
Yeah.
to work, man. $8 just, but it was lovely, man. It was a beautiful trip. Shout out all the borrachos, the hard hitters, One Star One Family, SCDCFC. Shout out all of them. They were badass. Shout out the 520 boys in the building, man.
Oh, boys, baby.
Man, everybody showed love out there. It was lovely. It was my first because I really didn't tailgate in Tampa, so this was my first tailgate at another stadium.
Yeah.
It felt like we were home. I kept telling Maxine, I feel like we're just at AT&T, but it was obviously we were at State Farm, and I feel like that's another AT&T, but good time out there. Love it, man. I'm excited for San Francisco now, and but on to the Patriots, man.
That's it. So let's get into it, guys. Give it up for these guys and their experience out there in AZ with Mikey mic'd up.
Yes, sir.
Man, I got it. Yo,
Let's see those fancy shirts, guys. Let's see the show. Hey, I know y'all represented. Let's see those shirts.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Cowboys Huddle, baby.
the podcast. That's what's up. Give it up. That's how you represent. Right over the heart.
You'll get yours, G. Actually, this design is Mondo's idea because I wanted the big
that's
one.
What's up, man?
I wanted the big one, but
man.
Mondo said, "No, get a little one on the side because he wants to sport his chains. He wants to see." And I was like, "You know what? That was in the back. It says the huddle. If I could turn around, you would see
somebody turn around. I need to see that.
Look at that. Check it
Yeah,
out.
do it, Armando. Do it, Armando.
Come on, man. We
squat a little bit. You showed us that booty. Yeah. that's that 2-point stats, bro. That's that 2-point stats.
Those are 10-inch fonts on the back. Now you can miss that. That's what's up.
Yeah, boy is swole, man. He is swole, man.
Yeah, man. That dude don't just be lifting lightweight, man. I joke around, man.
He told me to calm down a couple times. I listened.
Oh wow, that's what's up, man. So hey, man, let's get on into this, man. I think everybody's ready to hear what's on our mind, man, because we definitely had to witness something that we wasn't expecting to witness, but it is what it is, and let's get into it, man. And we'll just go around the table, man, and you guys give your thoughts about the game. Big Chris, we'll start with you, man, and how you felt and what did you see, and just give us the whole synopsis of the game.
Well, it was basically going back to what Cowboy Corner said last week is about the Cowboys being consistent. They went and basically, man, it was a tale of two halves. The first half, the defense couldn't stop nobody. Okay. Offense moving the ball, but penalties here and there, holding calls, offside calls. It was just ridiculous. So in the second half, and I'm just going a quick overlay on this, and then in the second half, they shut down Arizona except for one big play that really cost us the game. And everybody gonna say that cost us the game, but no, not really. And then there was a question brought up. How we'll dog out Kellen Moore, we'll dog out Mike McCarthy, but when are we gonna dog out our defensive coordinator for that performance that we pulled out? When we shutting down the Giants and we're shutting down the Jets, and then we go to the lonely Cardinals and they put up 28 on us like it was easy. Okay, was it our players not prepared, or was it the coaching staff not prepared? And after the game, on my 60 seconds with the Cowboys, I blame Mike McCarthy. I'm blaming the whole coaching staff now because there's no way, man. We thought that was in the past where we played down the competition. And let me stop saying that. Let me stop disrespecting the Cardinals because it's not we played down to our competition. Hell, the Cardinals played up, okay? And they did what they had to do, and they literally just punched us in the mouth. So I'm not going to keep disrespecting the Cardinals because the Cardinals did what they had to do, and the Cowboys went in there and shit the bed. Excuse my French. So, we're going to break down a lot more of this. But my whole thing is, man, just preparation of the game was piss poor. And, especially when the whole damn stadium was 70-30 Cowboy fans, and they was waiting the whole damn game to erupt. And we didn't get anything in return. Yeah.
And, that's a lot. And you pretty much hit the nail on the head, man. And I pretty much witnessed something to that nature as well. So, Armando, you was live and direct. What did you get out of the game, and how was
this? We've been hyping up this defense, and I think this defense let it get to their head, man. I think this defense, let all that smoke. They had their chest puffed. We all had our chest puffed out walking in that stadium. We all had our, what was that? What was that? That one on Looney Tunes, we all went in there, puffed up, chest out, and, flat, man. This defense, I don't know what happened. They ran all over us. I didn't see the Mozzie, where was Mozzie?
He only played 15
it was tough. It was tough to watch them just shred up this defense because we pumped this defense up so much. And it makes me wonder, like Chris said with the coaching, is Dan Quinn, did he get too comfortable up there? Is he because I don't know if you guys saw his interview. He kind of said, what, we were embarrassed, and we were, man, we were embarrassed out there. But shout out to the Cardinals. The Cardinals put it on us. They did what they had to do, and they protected their home. So tough loss, take it. Let's move on to New England, man.
Yeah, yeah, that's so true, man. I mean, we can't say what the Cardinals didn't do. The
Yeah,
Cardinals did everything to win the game. It's what
they
we
did what they
missed.
had to do.
Exactly. So, Mikey, what do you think, brother? Give us your insight on what you saw, bro, and what do you
It's
think?
like we left the Airbnb and these fuckers stayed there.
Mm,
Arrogance is number one. Arrogance in coming in there thinking that these guys were just gonna fold over, and just because we're the Dallas Cowboys and we're gonna run shot on them. It's arrogant, and this is more to the defensive side of the ball, because they didn't make adjustments to the second half, as Chris stated. But it was arrogance in the players. It was the ugly, the stuff that we knew were our weaknesses. Our linebacking core. Our linebacking
oh
core
my
was
gosh.
dreadful.
Yeah,
Leighton Vander Esch is on I-10 when he should have been in Glendale. And if they shit the bed, as Chris said, I hope Mondo didn't get that extra charge at the Airbnb, because they fucking stayed there while we were there hyped up yelling, whose house. Um, and there's little things and different perspectives that you see. I was harder on the offense than I should have. Then when I watched the full game and really realized that we were minus our three uh alignment, well, that's gonna really change what
yeah,
Mike McCarthy's gonna do. I think they got a little scared and they put the clamps on Dak, and for reasons or maybe reputation's sake. But there's got to be some soul searching, and there's got to be a talk when things happen. How much are they going to go back to Dak, or how much are they going to open things up? And but those first two sacks in the first quarter kind of dictated what our offense was going to do, and we just glammed up. It, People have been taking advantage. Daniel Jones scored 31 points in one half against this secondary, and we didn't test them once.
no,
We had our little things, but you understand, in a
yeah,
consistent basis, as Cowboys corner said, consistency, and it snowballed. It really did. Last play was a backbreaker. Nevertheless, what hurts the most in the damn game is that we were in the red zone 5 fucking times,
yeah.
five
Only
times and not
executed one.
executing. What killed us too in the offense was that third quarter going for it when we could have just got the points again. And that's that Cowboy factor. They're filling the narrative of them not scoring touchdowns. So he wanted to go for it. Maybe he did it for a spark. Hindsight is 2020, but in this case, it wasn't 2022 or Emmett Smith touchdown or anything like that. It was, we gave the ball back to the Cardinals. And what did the Cardinals do? They let what was his name, Powell. He gets that 670 yarder, and essentially the game after that we couldn't play catch up. But if we take the points there, and we're playing a
Three
shitty
points, yeah,
game, there's this a sense of optimism
yeah,
saying we've played the crappiest game we've played and we've seen, and we're only one possession away, and this game is totally different. That was one of the things where I put it on coaching, because at that point Dan Quinn and the defense were getting their shit together, and it was rough. Why it's so hard? Yes, because we were there, we spent all kinds of fucking money and all that shit. Why it's so hard? Because this was the valley to the peak that we just had with the going off of this hard rush of these last two games, and this blind optimism, and we fell from heaven hard, and we busted our ass and they busted our ass. And again, credit to Josh Dobbs, credit to the Cardinals, credit to what they did. They didn't back down, and they worked us, and simple and plain, and
yeah,
on to
yeah,
the Patriots.
yeah. Um, that's so true, man. All you guys had some real detail uh topics on each and everything that you guys said, because all that played a factor on how we played. And again, it's not that we played down like Cowboy Chris said. It's just they played up. And I personally, I wrote some things down as I was watching the game. So I'm watching from the TV while you guys at the game. And first thing I noticed is number one, preparation. They prepared better than we did. Simple and fact, and plain and simple. They prepared better than we did. Number two, guys, we prepared for the Arizona Cardinals when we should have been preparing for the head coach. And do you guys know who this head coach is?
Gannon.
Jonathan Gannon, which is the former offensive coordinator from the Philadelphia Eagles.
I think it's
Did
the
we not?
defense.
Did we forget that? We're trying to prepare for the Cardinals. This guy have played us 4 to 5 seasons with the same old type of offense, and he did it. He did exactly what the Rams does to us with that type of offense, pinch and pull. Cleveland did to us, pinch and pull. Denver did to us, pinch and pull. So
Man.
we totally forgot who the head coach was. Did we not know that this guy knew exactly what we was preparing for? So that's number two. Number three, we got our coach. We did.
Out coach.
We got our coach. All 3 phases of the game. We got our coaches. Nothing that you can say to change my mind. And for us to play from behind, it's not easy when we're playing a conservative offense. We're not the boy one to throw it downfield like we do. So we got our coach. Number 4, penalties, penalties, penalties.
Oh my God. Like, oh my God.
Penalties, penalties. I thought we was back in 2019. As you know.
Dude,
It took me back that far back.
How many yards were penalties?
Oh, I haven't even looked it up, but it was a lot.
It was
It
100
was-
yards
It was
alone on the defense.
it was 13 accepted penalties. Okay, you hear the word accepted? That was 13 accepted penalties. It was more than that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah. And so that doesn't help us. Along by us playing behind it, then we give up 28 points. And then again, we had too many play call. We had too many plays that stalled. We played between the 20s. We couldn't get an end zone. We played up and down the field until we got to the red zone and we couldn't get in. So you put all these together, it's what you call football. And we saw it firsthand. What we saw was straight up football. And I don't know if it was the Eagles guys. I don't know if it was it had to be a lot of that. But again, we got to remember, guys, and I'm gonna stop right here. We have always had a hard time with the Cardinals. I don't know what it is. We really have. The last time we beat them was 2017.
It's 8-1 since they opened that building.
Yeah. So just like we have the Giants number, it's just something about the Cardinals, man. It's just something. I have no idea what it is, but we have the hardest time.
Mikey, you gotta go fucking take some sage and just walk around that stadium or something.
For real.
You gotta get a feather and like I don't know something. You gotta
With
do
some
something.
incense or something.
That's
Light some
crazy.
candles.
No, that's crazy that you say that, Armando. Me and my mom were talking about that. We were talking about it's called the limpia. And she just said about the stadium. She said about me personally for other stuff, but she said we were just talking about that. It's a cleansing. We need to cleanse that stadium because Sun Devil Stadium was ours. It's ridiculous, and how Chris does his matchups and his 60 seconds with the Cowboys. He breaks down all these records, and he always does break out the overall record. It's overwhelming how much the Cowboys have dominated the Cardinals, St. Louis Cardinals, etc., Phoenix Cardinals. But out of the last 9 times we've played them, they beat us 8 times. They've dominated us in this century, and that's a thing to say, man.
Yeah, so
It's
true.
tough if you live there. It's tough.
I gotta live here.
Yeah.
But I gotta live here.
We heard that a lot, G, after the game. I kept saying, Mikey, man, it's just one. This is one game, one loss, but I gotta live here.
Yeah, yeah, that makes all the difference in the
Sounded
world, man.
like
It really
Mike
does.
Epps, man.
You know.
It sounded like Mike, like, yeah, dude, like Day Day. Sounded like Day Day. I
That's
gotta
like
live
that.
here, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Z Money said something here. Let's get into some of these comments. Z Money said the call it was tragic. I think we all could agree to that. That
Where
it was,
where was Turpin? Where was I mean we what we saw in those first two games? I had seen no flashes of that. Like I mean I was expecting we mix up some Turpin. You know the whole talk. If you're on Twitter, it's Hunter. What was Hunter Luque? I mean this dude's that's what we
well,
got.
Yeah,
So
the
let's think
narratives,
about this.
this is where we need Zeke.
yeah,
This is
yeah.
where we meet Dalton Schultz narrative. What do you guys think about those narratives?
Well,
I mean, like, to me, like just like they said right now, the play calling. I think we have the weapons. We have everybody. I saw the. Did you guys see the Deuce Von stat? First two games, how he had touches and we won. We didn't even see no touches this game. So it's the play calling. I don't know what kind of play calling they reverted to. Like Chris said, maybe they were more conservative.
Well, they kind of had to because, dude, like losing Tyron and
yeah,
I don't understand if
yeah,
Tyler Smith and this and then we don't know how. I was thinking, well, Tyler Smith's on the field, but this is his first game this season. He's been hurt. Tyler Smith was probably hurt, playing hurt, tender, getting his legs under him, getting his conditioning under him. The only way you could get ready for football is to what? What do you do? Play football, right, Chris? That's the only way you get ready for football. So we were already there with backups on the line, and I'll say probably a 70% Tyler Smith that hasn't seen nothing, that was playing at guard because I'd rather see him at tackle and Udoga inside, but they had Tyler inside and Udoga outside. Udoga is horrible. We saw in preseason how horrible he was, and they were eating his lunch.
well, I think they had expected for Tyron Smith to play. He was suited. He just didn't get. I don't know if this was a last minute thing, Chris, but he was suited, and it just seems like they decided to say, okay, we just. And could it be the case that they know that this game is? I'm not going to say that, but know that they were going to. If they was going to lose a game, this was going to be the game they was going to lose.
I came out of it like Mike McCarthy was doing load management on the damn offensive line. And now I understand, Zach Martin. I understand Biotis because Biotis got hurt in practice and everything like that. But Tyron, if you dress to me, you playing, right? I mean, that's how I feel. I mean, because if you ain't playing, man, you need to be in some warm-ups with your cowboy logos all over. If you dressed up, man, and you can't go, man, that I don't understand. But yeah, it just seemed like the Cowboys had load management on their mind, and it was driving me batty because I'm sitting in the end zone where the Cowboys are warming up, and I was just paying attention. I was like, "Where's Tyler? Beyond I mean, the whole offensive line looked totally different, and I was just like, uh-oh." It kind of gave me an eerie feeling, as an offensive lineman, because it's all about continuity. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when it's 3 starters not playing,
okay,
you can get away with maybe 1. But when you got 3, okay, but that wasn't the real key
2 Pro
for the
Bowlers,
Cowboys.
too.
Oh, 2?
Yeah, I mean, Tyron and Zach are Pro Bowlers, so that really hurts you.
Well, yeah, plus the Pro, yeah. But,
They're Hall of Famers.
my whole thing is it wasn't the real reason why the Cowboys lost, but I think it was a part of it, man, because, Udoga got 2 holding calls in important drives, okay?
Yeah.
That hurt, okay? And then it was just like we couldn't pound them. Mike McCarthy had already made up in his mind in this game, we're going to run the damn ball whether you like it or not, okay? Well, then when he did throw the ball, we finally had a Michael Gallup sighting for over a year and a half. Michael Gallup showed up. I'm like, okay, let's rock and roll. And then one part when you throw a fade to Cook in the end zone, a little receiver, and Michael Gallup is jumping over everybody. things like that, man. It was
So
just
is
so
that the play
frustrating.
calling or is that Dak's decision?
Man, it's a little bit of both. Why would you have
Mm-hmm.
him 1-on-1 running the fade pattern anyway? Why would you have Cook running 1-on-1 in the fade? I can see if you got Gallup running it, even CD, but I don't understand Cook. He's a little guy. Little
Yeah,
guys
why would
shouldn't
you
be
even
running
go at
no
him in
fade.
the middle anyway? That was crazy.
Yeah,
That was
it was
crazy.
crazy.
But
And,
just
and you,
like the little swing route with Tony Pollard that we should have hit. I don't know why we didn't. I don't know. But
well,
we and
still got some key holding calls. He's the best player on the line, and he's the one getting
we kept
holding calls. Turpin did have there was a sighting of him in special teams. He had a great return. Probably got
and it got called
it was
back.
got
That was
called
it.
back. It was just a perfect story. And I don't like blaming the refs. Don't get it twisted. These refs were calling it tight, and you should play with your refs and
Yeah.
what they're calling. It was just one of those. It was
It was one of those days, man. It was
like
just
you
it was
said.
a regular Cardinals day.
It was.
It was the Raider game with all them flags. It was
Well, at
tough.
least we scored 45 points in that game, and it was our offense was doing something. It looked like our offense was just anemic as
But it
hell,
really,
but we were
but
still in the
guys,
game.
we
It's not
still
about
talking about
that. We were
we
still in
still
the
talking
game,
about this
G.
offense, but it's the defense that gave up 28 damn points.
But when
Why
you're
are
in
we
the
even?
game,
We got to dress the elephant in the room, and not you, Chris. We got to dress the elephant in the room. Dan Quinn takes the blame on this game. We're not even gonna put this on Dak. We're not gonna put this on McCarthy. This goes on Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn should have known who he was preparing against, Jonathan Gannon. And what did he do? He said, "This is aggressive defense. I got something for that aggressive defense." And he did just that in the first half. And by first half, the game was over, pretty much.
but it's symbiotic. It's one is with the other one.
Yeah,
Garrett,
but dude, offense
it really
always takes the
does.
blame,
And
but
and
defense needs to take the blame on
I don't
this
think
one.
Gannon is a defensive coach. Shane Steichen was the offensive coach, boss.
Well, and like I say, and that's true, but I'm just saying when you match, chess match, hey, Jonathan Gannon, he made all the right moves the first half, and hey, boy, he checkmate us quick, 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 pow, pow, pow. Now take y'all funky ass home. But anyway, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, bro.
Are we gonna let it die? Do we sit our peace? Is there anything else that you saw? Because a CD, body language, him throwing up. I can't.
Yeah,
I'm
that
a
was
Phoenix
terrible.
Suns fan, right? I'm a Suns fan, and you guys get this shit with Luca too. When they're trying to draw a foul and they don't complete the damn play. Complete the
Yeah,
play.
that was terrible.
I can't. I can't deal with that shit. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I say, man, I really think they underestimated this team without just looking at being the Cardinals, they being 0-2, and not really realizing who this head coach was, and he was very familiar with the Cowboys. So it is one game, guys. This is a 17-week season. So with that being said, man, it is what it is. I just really think that Mike was trying to babysit Dak a little bit because of the line. Oh, well, we got these backups, so we can't do this. But like you said, we probably should have tested those cornerbacks. The few times that we did test the cornerbacks, we beat them.
Yep.
We beat them. So
Michael Gallup had a game. He did.
yeah.
7 catches.
Yeah. So with that being said, guys, what was this? This was today? Was this today? Let me report this real quick. Yeah, today. So there's a few people that wasn't in practice today. Tyler Biadasz still with his hamstring, Zach Martin with his ankle, or they were working on rehabs during practice. No sign of Tyron Smith, his knee. CeeDee Lamb took a day off. Also, no sign of DeMarcus Lawrence today. So,
Yeah.
guys,
Hey, D-Law
I
had a
don't
game.
know.
D-Law had a game. He's the only
I
one
don't know. Will these guys be back for Sunday? Cowboy Chris, what do you think? I mean, is it time?
Uh, practice on Wednesday, most of the time is the padded practice. So I can see them, sitting out the padded practice. I think,
Yeah.
if they're in the walkthrough on Friday or Saturday, I think we'll be fine. Tyron got to be fine because if he suited out against the Cardinals, to me, it was a game time decision. So it got to be a game time decision again against New England. With Zach, man, you know them ankles, man. There's something. They're different, man. It's just everybody, man. All four of us are gonna have the same ankle sprain, but then the healing process is gonna be different for all
Yeah.
four of us. So
Yeah.
you really can't predict when it comes to ankle sprains, you know. So
Yeah.
and other than that, and the hammies are the same thing with Badass. You know, Badass got a ham, and I was just like, Jesus, man, because sometimes they can linger, man, 3 to 4 weeks. You know, and the only thing you can do is rest them and get treatment because you really can't work out. You can't do much because you'll pull it again. You know, so
Yeah.
hey, man, right now our whole thing was having the team healthy this season, right?
True.
So our strength was, you know, our secondary and our offensive line. What are the two things that are hurt right now? The
Yeah.
secondary and the offensive line. Okay, so I think, man, we got to get them healthy. We got to get them healthy quick, man, because like I said last night on the other show, look, we're a game behind Philly. We can't be losing ground at all. I know we got head-to-head matchups, but see, that's what hurt us last year. Okay, when we got behind by losing to teams that we shouldn't lose to, and then we trying to hustle to get back to catch up with the Eagles. We can't do this, man. Even Eagles had a crappy game on Monday night, but then they come out and pulled out the victory because they know that what they supposed to do. And I thought that's what we was gonna have with the Cowboys this year.
Yeah. Making
You know,
adjustments. Yeah.
yeah.
Now
So
we
so
did,
that's
Chris. I think we did it. Just every time we went 2 steps forward, we went 12 back. So
yeah.
Yep.
we made adjustments. Just
That,
the
and
bonehead.
we're putting it to bed the game, but we could have won that game. That's the most frustrating part about it. No matter, yes, the Cardinals still played a good game. They still punched us in the mouth. We still had 5 opportunities in the red zone.
Yeah.
Period.
Yep.
Period.
So with that being said, so let me throw this out there because I think we just brought up. So is that a case to where Zeke could have made a difference in the red zone, knowing that? Now let me just say this: he finished with 876 yards last year, tied third with 12 touchdowns, and majority of his touchdowns came in the red zone. Do you think that was a factor, or are we still at that point? Yeah, he's washed up, he's done, or could he? I mean, could he have made a difference? Ru, what do you think, Ru? I mean, not Ru, Mondo. Ru talking
Nah,
about.
I think that the play calling. I go back to the play calling. We have the weapons there. You know, you have to figure it out. You can't. You know, I get it. We're Zeke driven. A lot of us. But I just think that the play calling didn't. I don't know if it was Dak. I don't know if it was Mike McCarthy. I don't know who. Where the blame lays, but it's just Zeke. Yes, he had all those red zone touches, but we have weapons, guys. We have weapons on this team that we didn't use, or the play calling wasn't there.
Yeah. What do you think, Mikey?
Yeah, I'm with Mondo. This is the growing pains of adjusting to the new offense and Dak being in the offense. But they got to have a come to Jesus moment already with with
Yeah.
with with letting Dak be Dak. Um, who knows? Who knows if we let Dak be Dak and it would have been an interception fest with the narrative. Well, none of us mentioned the interception, but because it was so bad in all the other areas. That was just the cherry part of this shit Sunday. But who knows if we let Dak loose and he gets hurt and then we lose Dak, then there goes our season. So there's always that. But this is growing pains inside the offense. They're gonna get it. We're getting inside. We're getting in the red zone. We're moving the ball. We're sputtering out. It's things that they're professionals. They need to fix. Losing your lineman really
Yeah.
affects that. I don't.
Yeah, it does.
It really affects that. I don't care. That's why they get paid so goddamn much. So
Yeah.
it does that in the psyche of what they were doing. But it's just like it was symbiotic. It just looked bad on top of bad, and it was a perfect shit storm to just put a bow on the Cardinals and the way we're playing. And the 2 weeks prior just amplified how bad
Yeah,
we played because we looked like we were a flawless juggernaut of a team where obviously we knew we had these flaws, guys. We knew we had um, linebackers that had concrete for feet if they
ooh,
get caught
LVE.
slipping,
Oh,
and inexperience with players like Damone Clark, Byron Bell, or what? Not Byron, is it Bell? He finally
Marquise.
had a bad game. He had such a good game. He had a bad game overcommitting. Jordan Lewis getting back in there. He didn't have such a bad. I was giving him a hard time, but that was actually Hooker's big blown assignment. It's just Jordan Lewis was there. It was actually Malik Hooker, and he does that a lot. We just covered it a lot, and
Yeah,
I don't want to say it, but it is a part of it. We just lost Trayvon on Friday.
yeah.
That I think that did kind of
But we
mess with
can't
him.
linger on that though, bro. We
Yeah,
gotta keep
I know,
moving.
but if I lose the big fella before a
Yeah,
show, it's gonna fuck with me. It is. It really is.
it is what it is, man. Like I said, yeah, we definitely use them, man. But again, man, next man up, and we gave him
Well,
28 points.
well, I wanna go back to what your question was, G, about did we miss Ezekiel Elliott inside the red zone? And my answer is yes, because we knew once we got inside the one or the two, we were gonna put that ram and go forward. But we're gonna think like that the whole season, kind of like how we thought about Amari Cooper as soon as
Yeah,
he left,
of course. Yeah,
about our route running, and we're going to think of the same thing every time we get inside the five. But man, my solution is why did we keep? Well, I keep forgetting the rookie's name, the fullback from from South
Luke.
Dakota. Okay,
Hunter
Hunter
Hickey.
Dookie.
why are we not having Hunter as Mike Allstott? Why we're not got Allstott? We got a big back who got great feet, because you saw that time when they handed him to the ball on short line on the short 1 yard thing, and man, he almost broke that thing, bro. He got good feet. He big.
He
He's
did.
strong. And my whole thing, why he's not in that package inside the 3 yard line? If
Yeah.
we determined to run the ball, give it to Hunter,
Well, you know
because
what we
Zeke is not there anymore.
He's
So
not.
Tony Pollard is not a banner ram. My other kid is not the banner ram. Duke is
Rico
not the
Rico
banner
runs hard
ram.
though. I like the
So
way
why
Rico
why
runs.
Hunter isn't in there, bro?
Yep.
Running the damn ball. If because you basically telling everybody what we're doing just by formation, we're gonna run the damn ball. Okay,
Yeah,
but then you
yeah,
running it with backs that's light in the pants. Gee, you know
yeah,
all about this, bro. You're an offensive guy just like me. Look, man, if you coming down there in the trenches, you need somebody to pound that some bitch in. If
yeah,
we got people light in the pants, they ain't pounding out a damn thing.
Exactly.
So
you know,
to answer your question, G, yes.
yeah, yeah. But you know what though, big fella, the thing about what I know for a fact that they had to condense this offense because a lot of times, we have our guards pulling. These rookies, they didn't pull. It was all double teams and things like I didn't see. I don't remember seeing them pull like we used to when the starters in there. So that
Yeah,
reminds
you're
me that they
very
had
very
to
good
condense this
observation.
offense. So McCarthy tried to babysit, and when we needed, because 16 points is enough to win the game, you just can't give up 17. So this is the time that we needed the defense to carry us, and they
Yep.
wasn't able to. But I think that's what McCarthy was doing. He was trying to babysit Dak. He was trying to babysit the line because come to find out, it was their first week. And he said it was on him that our backups do not get enough reps. And now I'm sure he has to fix that. But I did not recall to seeing our guards pulling and trap blocking. I didn't see a lot of that. I mean, maybe y'all
No,
did. I did not see it. Did
not
you guys see
once.
that?
Not once.
No,
Not a
Nope.
no.
counter. Not a trap. Not even a trap with Schoonmaker. Nothing like that. We couldn't be. It may look. It's not giving excuses. We just couldn't be as creative.
Right,
And
right.
a lot of what Arizona was doing was dictating that they were hitting the damn hole. How can you pull somebody if right behind it, the DT is just gonna sneak it, just get in there? So
Bro,
let's
you
just
know,
let's put it to bed because
yeah.
New England is chomping at the bit.
Yeah, and this is the thing also. Let's talk a little bit about this defense. I don't know if y'all noticed, man. We did this last year, a year before last. Why was it that these guys had 6, 7 guys on the line versus our 4? We did not match up. And what happens when you got double tight ends or you got an overload left, overload right, that gives the opportunity for a lineman to release to get to the linebackers. That's why they ran like they did. They outnumbered us on
Those
the line, and
holes
then
were
when we
huge.
came with this old blitz, get what they did? They popped it outside on us every time. It was
Those
simple.
holes were huge. The holes were huge. They
Uh,
were just
we
they.
did not match up. We
Those
brought
holes
four
were
guys on the
huge.
line. They had 6 to 7 guys on the line. Just the same way Cleveland and Las Vegas did to us a couple of years ago. And we didn't match up. So again, Dan Quinn had to take the blame on this because he did not make any adjustments like we expected. And by the time he did, it was too late. So, but okay, let's keep it moving, guys. But here's another breaking news. Breaking news. Cowboys breaking news. Ex first round pick signs with the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas
Center,
Cowboys have
baby.
signed center Billy Price to their practice squad.
Center,
But
baby.
why? They
Just
they don't they have plenty of guys hanging out at the store who can play center, including last week first teamer up from the practice squad, Blake Hoffman says they do, but that's where it gets risky. Hoffman has already been elevated from the practice squad 3 times, and that's the NFL max for him to be active against. He must be signed to the 53, and the Cowboys do not wish to do that. So this is the reason this guy Billy Price has been brought in. Mikey, how you feel about that? This new guy?
it's fortifying something we should have been fortifying and backing up since Jump Street. This it's just strengthening one of our weaknesses and our offensive line. We knew what our weaknesses were. To state again, was our offensive line and our offensive line depth and our linebackers, and those are the two real weaknesses that we got. And this makes me happy because that means they're proactive. It sucks that something has to happen, and Biotish has to go down, and the perfect storm of guys have to go down because we didn't hear nothing about no Asim Richards in. So we just need to show that if you ain't gonna produce, you're liable to lose your spot, and
Yeah,
nothing breeds better effort than the prospect of losing your job or even competing with better talent coming in, and that's great, especially for the offensive line. And that says that probably Tyler Biotish is a lot more hurt than they're letting on.
yeah. Well, and then, like you say, why wait so late to knowing that you was shallow and depth on your offensive side of the ball, but now we're addressing when the issue arises. So yeah, it is a little late. Um, Big fella, how you feel about that? Bringing this guy in?
Well, I don't know much about him, but I know why they did it. Like Mikey said, you're trying to address the issue. But my whole thing is, the backup played wonderfully. Why wouldn't you sign him to the 53? I know it's people that you can release. I mean, because the bottom part of the roster is always removable. You can add and subtract and everything like that. If I'm thinking that Tyler's going to be out a while, why not sign the center? For the 53 and just roll with that. But maybe that money is tighter than what we expected it to be. Maybe they just have to go the cheaper route.
Yeah, and it could be the case that they plan on keeping Hoffman on practice squad maybe till next year. So once he go to practice squad again, he has to stay there. So you bring in a guy pretty cheap, bring him in and keep him on the roster. I guess I don't know, but something to think about. So Rue, damn, I keep saying Rue.
You
Damn, Rue,
miss
I'm
Rue.
getting right
You
on
miss
Rue
him.
ass, man. Rue must be
Man,
talking about me,
that's that
man.
Persian
Hey,
magic.
Man,
hey, I feel like Rue right now.
is that what it is? That's what it is. It's this. Hey, hey. But
I feel
here,
like Rue.
check this out, Mondo. So Bill Belichick had something to say. Bill Belichick said Cowboys,
Oh
Michael
my
Paulson is no Lawrence Taylor. He said, so until somebody, wait a minute, we're gonna go back. He said, I think comparing players like that is not really I would just say I wouldn't put anybody ahead of Lawrence Taylor, period. Belichick said, according to Pro Football Talk. Now, maybe I'm prejudiced, but I mean, I saw that guy every day for over a decade, and he tilted the field for a decade. So until somebody does that, and there's a lot of great players. I'm not taking anything away from anybody else. There's a lot of great players that have been in this league that are in this league, whatever you're going there. So, Rue, are you offended? I mean, damn,
Damn it, bro.
Hey,
I need to be on this show. Mondo, are you offended?
Man.
hey,
I'm gonna wear Rue out next time because I know he talk. There go Gary. Gary, he could have had me on it. Whatever. Anyway, so Mondo, are you offended? Are you offended? He said that Michael he ain't no Lawrence Taylor.
you know what, Skip? I mean,
Yeah. Touche. Too motherfucking shay.
so
No, not
you know
Skip.
what?
No, you did not say Skip.
Call him a
Yeah. So,
white
Good
man's name.
job. Good
fellas,
job.
no, but you know what? He did give Micah his props. He said Micah has the same athleticism and all, but I think Bill Belichick, I think he's being biased. Obviously, he worked with this man for years, and obviously we gotta understand the NFL was different back in the days. The NFL was different. This man Lawrence Taylor came in the NFL, and he wrecked shit, and it was different. It was different. So I just think he's being biased. I read the interview, and he did say he did give Micah his props. Say, you know what, Micah, he has the same, what did he say, like abilities and attributes as Lawrence, but he did say Lawrence, there will be no Lawrence Taylor, like him.
Yeah. Well, Michael, are you Mikey? I'm saying, hey, Mike. Are you offended what he said?
Well,
Hey, Gary, is Rue at your house?
yeah, what's up, man? So,
I
well,
guess
the
I
thing
miss
is,
my dude, man. I'm missing my dude. I guess
there's a
because we don't have this. We don't have this. We got to have the hand movement. We got.
All right,
Bro, we missing
to
you,
be
bro. We
honest with
missing you.
you, to be honest with you, Gene.
I'm listening, brother.
Um, Shout out, Ro. No, well, the thing about Bill Belichick and the romance that he's had with Lawrence Taylor, goes when it was early in his career, and that's where Bill Belichick, made his
Yeah,
reputation in this league.
yeah,
His romance is so much enamored with Lawrence Taylor that he calls Lawrence Taylor always in reverence, never in reverence to Tom Brady. So if you were to ask Bill Belichick, who's the better football player ever,
yeah,
he would say Lawrence Taylor over Tom Brady. And a lot of people won't disagree with you when it comes to sheer athleticism, but as far as the GOAT, it's Tom Brady because of the rings. But he's always had this romance to Lawrence Taylor, and it's something that's untouchable to him. I believe Micah tilts the league. That he's tilted the league since he's got in there, since he's been in there. But until he does stuff that Lawrence Taylor does, as far as like getting the Defensive Player of the Year award,
yeah.
and
That's
and
true.
wins
Get a
a
couple
ring,
of rings.
we can't say this stuff. And
Yeah,
uh, but I Bill Belichick is really careful in what he says because he'll give perfume on you. He doesn't want to motivate Micah to go crazy. He'll put perfume on him and say he's good and
yeah,
all this stuff. But Micah should take it personal. This whole damn team should take all this shit personal. They should even take the Oregon Ducks Colorado game shit personal. Like take even that shit because I honestly like if we think what this team is gonna be, at the end or what we saw these first two games, I feel bad for Mac Jones.
Yep.
yeah. So, with that being said, big fella, how are you feeling knowing that Zeke is coming back to the AT&T state? I mean, how you feeling about that? I mean, are you feeling any kind of way, or just say the hell with him?
Well, it's just like any former player. You just hate to see him in a different, different uniform. That's probably more anything. I think he's going to get a big roar by the
Yeah,
crowd, everything welcoming him back because Zeke didn't leave here on a bad term. You know, he got
no,
cut. He got cut because he made too much money and the performance at diminished.
yeah,
I'm excited to see Zeke. I mean, you watched a couple games that he's played. The first three games. I mean, his performance is basically the same as it was with the Cowboys. I mean, it's really nothing dramatic or eye popping. I mean, I don't think the Cowboys defense is going to have to worry about Zeke, but you best believe he's going to give you 1,000% because he's playing against his former team also. Okay, so I don't think the Cowboys are going to be trying to take Zeke lightly either. I think they learned their lesson in Scottsdale that Glendale you can't take anybody lightly. So Zeke is probably going to try to have his best game. I mean, but the Cowboys defense has to be prepared for Zeke. But hey, man, like I said on my TikTok, man, hey, welcome home, Zeke, man. We happy to see you.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah, no, the one that was in Scottsdale was old 21 Rue over there. Oh, he was on the Pivot podcast for a second.
No, it was crazy. I was walking in the mall. You know, I was with the wifeys, and me and my brother was with the wifeys, so we had to take him to the mall. We were at the mall, and I'm looking, and I see a guy walking by, and nobody. But it's crazy because nobody noticed him. And I've looked, and I told my brother, "That's Ryan Clark." My brother don't know. He knows the Cowboys, but he don't know like sports and stuff, like the commentary. So he's like, "Who's that, bro?" And I said, "Hey, Ryan, can I get a picture?" And yeah, I got a
Was
picture,
Ryan
but
Clark?
yeah, Ryan Clark, man,
Yeah,
cool
Oh
dude,
man, that's
man.
my
And I
good
dude.
picture.
actually saw I
That's a
ran
good
into him twice
picture.
when he was waiting for his VIP. He's VIP, so he was waiting for his car, and I saw him twice, and I asked him, what's up, Ryan? What do you think about tonight? And he said, oh man, y'all got it easy. And I think he jinxed us, man. I wish.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, I
he
got to tag him. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it out. I put the picture on Twitter and I tagged him. Hopefully, he sees that, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what's up.
You know,
Well,
and but the Sun, see, he was there for the Sun Devils. His son plays for the Sun Devils, and the Sun Devils almost beat USC. Man, they give him that work.
yeah, that's what's up. So here we are, guys, coming this Sunday, man. We have a 1-2 Patriots versus our 2-1 Cowboys playing here October 1st. Dallas is favored to win. Weather conditions sunny, 95 degree at tip off. So way the season stats is looking right now, look like the Patriots they put up 17.3 points per game, while we put up 28.7. The Patriots put up 342 yards per game to our 354. They give up. Patriots give up 19 points per game, and we give up 12 points per game. So this game is set for 325 on Sunday. So with that being said, Mikey, what are you looking for in this game? What are you gonna keep your eye on?
Our defensive intensity coming back, protecting Dak Prescott. That Judon kid is no joke. We
Yeah,
played these guys, and it took an overtime effort to beat them
39,
the last
29.
time.
Yeah,
That was a great game. It was the CD game, which was spectacular. It was
a
awesome.
walk off.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
We just need to see a semblance of an offense, a consistent offense. We ran the ball this last week. We ain't gonna lie about that. But that is predicated on the players that we have, and Mike McCarthy calling a better game, and the same thing with our defense. That intensity picking up, and making Mac Jones uncomfortable, going back to the turnovers and getting those sacks. That's what we need. That's Dallas Cowboy. That's 2023 Dallas Cowboy football.
okay. All right, big fella. What are you watching for this Sunday, man? And what you paying close attention to?
Well, for me, man, I want to see if we're gonna get out coached again. Okay, on both sides of the ball, because we
He's
know
serious,
what.
y'all. He's
Yeah, we
serious.
we know what Bill Belichick is gonna bring. Okay, he's always gonna have a scheme or something defensively and everything like that. I'm not worried about their offense, but I am worried because of what we did in Arizona.
The
So my
blueprint.
whole thing is I'm really focusing on coaching right now. Matter of fact, speaking of Judon, that's a Mondo homeboy. He met him in in Las Vegas at the draft. So Mondo is real popular, man. He knows everybody in the NFL
It's
and things like that.
ridiculous. It's
So,
ridiculous.
but man, my whole thing is, man, my key really for this game, man, is not a player, man. I'm on Dan Quinn and I'm on Mike McCarthy hard this week, man. I need you to get my team ready, man, to play. I don't give a damn who we playing. We need to be ready to play every damn Sunday.
That's what's up. Mondo, what do you think, brother? What are
So,
you going to be looking for, and what are you going to keep your eye on? I mean, what comes
so first
Sunday?
of all, I'm looking for Zeke to get a big, warm welcome from
Yeah,
Cowboys fans. Man, that's for
yeah,
sure. I think people are gonna embrace him, like the big fella
yeah.
said. He didn't leave. He was cut, but what I'm looking for is just like the big fella says. Also, Dan Quinn, man. I want to see how he adjusts this game. I want to see how he fires up this defense. I got to see Micah more. We saw him till the third quarters where we're like, okay, Micah's here. So we gotta see him. Put it. Dominate like he's been doing. So definitely, I want to see this defense adjust, man. And I'm also kind of scared for this offense because, we gave him ammo. Bill Belichick is gonna have he has footage right now. He has video right now. So we'll see what he takes from the Cardinals game, and but that's what I'm saying. We gotta really see this defense, work this week.
Yeah. I
You
think my
what is
first
what
thing.
I
What you
was
say,
saying,
Mikey?
I said, the biggest saying that it's always going when you're gonna play Bill Belichick. He's always gonna make you play with one of your hands, with one of your eyes. He's gonna take something away from you, so
Oh
he's
yeah,
gonna make you play left-handed. So
it might be
we'll
CD.
see what it is, man.
Yeah. And well, guys, that's the first thing I'm looking for. I want to see who's going to be on that offensive line. That's the first thing I got to see. I got to see if we're going to have any starters out there or we're going with these backups again. And if we do go with these backups, I want to see if they open this playbook a little bit more to these rookies and these backups that we got playing. But again, I want to see how Mike McCarthy bounced back. I want to see how he bounced back if we're going with these backups. Is he the coach that we think he is? Can he overcome with his experience, overcome the situation that's going to be put in hand for him? Also on his defensive side of the ball, I want to see if New England comes down with that 5 and 6 and 7 man front, does Dan Quinn adjust to it? Because man, I'm telling you, if they picked up that blueprint, they're going to use it on us to where they go with the double tight, overload left, overload right, and just pound the ball. And then, in which it makes sense because it makes Mac Brown looks a little bit more better. He's not forced to have to throw the ball. So those are two things I want to see on the offensive side of the ball as far as our front linemen and see what their offensive line look like versus our defense. So in my final score, I'm going to say 27-13 Cowboys. What are you going to say, Mikey?
It's gonna be tight. So of course we want the Cowboys for the win. We're at home. Mike McCarthy has never lost 2 games in a row, and we're gonna stay with that. So I say 28, uh, 24 Cowboys.
There you go. Chris, did you get your score, Chris?
No, not yet.
What you looking at?
Cowboys 3, New England 0.
Woo!
Damn. I gave that
Right
score in the
on,
first
buddy.
game, man.
Hey, you never know, man. You don't know. This is going to be a chess match. And again, like I say, it depends on how Mike McCarthy prepared his team. I mean, that was an ugly loss. So, yeah,
Hey
that's
man, I said it because I've been ugly on my predictions this year. So I was just look, hey man, I'm pricing right at 3-0.
Yeah, $1. You're hilarious.
Oh, wow. Well, say, man, I guess we get ready to see what goes on, man. Because, again, like I say, guys, I know we're kind of hard on the Cowboys, but, man, they sold us some false hopes in the first 2 games, and then you come out to an 0-2 team and just play like dog crap, man. I mean, just dog crap. So that's where we are. Cowboy fanatic, we hard on our own. That's just like if your little brother playing bad, we don't pick him up. Now, man, what's wrong with you? Get your act together. You know how it goes, Chris.
No, well, they lied to us. They lied to us. Hey, we were us, man. Give us a switcheroo. Shit.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the same ass motherfuckers, man.
Again,
We were
guys,
there. Fuck.
it's a 17-week season, man. So yeah, we kind of hard on our Cowboys, but you know, now that we got it in our system, we're gonna put that behind us. We're gonna prepare. We're gonna prepare for this Sunday's game, man. And hey, man, we're gonna run the tables on that guts, man. I think we got to do it, man. Get back on track.
32-10.
I do. You heard it first. You heard it first. Hey, we finna go back to real form, baby. And we mean that. That's coming from the Cowboy Hunter. Like we always say, don't nothing come to a sleeper but a dream. So let's make it happen.
Puro pinches Cowboys.
Puro pinche Cowboys.
Yes, sir.